Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Haley here with another video, and I'm here today to talk to you about imposter syndrome, especially in relation to how it is at UCLA. And if you don't know what it is, imposter syndrome is the psychological phenomenon that you aren't actually worthy of the accomplishments that you've made. And this phenomenon is particularly prevalent in university settings, especially among transfer students who are just acclimating to the academic institution. I think when it comes to transfer students, a lot of this stems from the stigma that surrounds community college. There's kind of still this widely held belief that the education at a community college is less valuable than that of a four-year university, and that somehow the students that go there are stupid or lazy or the material is dumbed down. And that's not true, and I know that's not true, but nevertheless, this still exists. And because of this, transfer students may be considered by some as charity cases or kind of just the token transfer students who are admitted into the university for the sake of being able to say that there is a transfer student population at that university. So as a transfer student, you matriculate with this added pressure, and you might feel like you don't belong, that somehow you just slipped through the cracks and there was a mistake that you were admitted to the school, and that eventually you're going to be exposed as the fraud that you are, and you're going to have to face the consequences. Whether or not this animosity towards transfer students or the person in general actually exists is irrelevant. That's kind of the whole mind-boggling aspect of the psychological phenomenon, because it's all inside the person's head, of course. A lot of people who are really well decorated and celebrated people in society describe feeling this, and it doesn't matter who you are. I mean, this can happen to anybody. And a lot of people, especially at UCLA, if you express feeling this imposter syndrome, will be like, no, you're amazing, you're great. Like, say you're telling your friend and they're reassuring you that there's no reason to doubt your abilities and your accomplishments, and then deep down they're thinking, yeah, that person's great, I'm the real imposter, so they don't have to worry about themselves, but for sure I'm the one who doesn't belong here. And if you get an amazing grade, you somehow don't feel that you actually earned it. If you get a terrible grade, well, that just goes to prove your point that, yeah, you are a fraud and you don't belong here. But, when you really think about it, does this make any sense? This comes up a lot at UCLA. People talk about it all the time. Students are talking about it. Definitely transfer students are talking about it. I see memes about it all the time on the UCLA meme page on Facebook. So it's definitely something that is out there and that is present and that exists at UCLA. Probably exists at every university to some degree. Some people describe really feeling this way, like they have this deeply rooted feeling that they are an imposter. I hear a lot of English majors talk about this. They say, like, when they're talking in casual conversation or in class or just whenever, they'll hear other English majors using these SAT words just in casual talk, and then they feel like they are looked down upon or made to feel inferior if they don't also use these SAT words in casual conversation or just in general. Personally, I don't really feel this profound sense of imposter syndrome. I think I definitely have my moments. It's pretty normal to doubt yourself at times, and there have definitely been some high highs and some low lows. I don't want to make it sound like my time at UCLA has been some amazing transition and I just feel so connected to the campus, because that's not necessarily an accurate reflection of the truth, but I also don't want to, dramatize it and make it seem like it was terrible. I think it was somewhere in the middle in terms of my transition. Of course, the first quarter is always really rough and always difficult for everybody. And yeah, there were a lot of times where I felt like, oh my God, what am I doing? This is so hard. But I mean, it's UCLA, of course it's gonna be hard. And anybody who has good grades definitely worked for it and put in the hours. Even if they don't look like they have to make an effort, they definitely did. I'm telling you from my own experience, every grade that I have received, I have earned at UCLA. If I got a C, well, except for one class. If I got a C, I earned it. If I got a B, I earned it. If I got an F, I earned it. If I got an A, I earned it. It is a reflection of the time put in, personally for me, and I mean, it's difficult. It requires a lot of work. So I think at UCLA, you kind of have to relearn how to learn, which is an entirely different topic, but yeah, that doesn't mean that I don't belong here. But I personally am very confident in my abilities and my accomplishments. I know that I deserve to go to UCLA, and that's exactly why I'm here. And that's kind of the point that I'm trying to convey to you all. If you're a transfer student and you go to a four-year university, obviously you did something right. You impressed somebody along the way. You were able to get letters of recommendation, or you were able to write an impressive essay that showed admissions officials that you deserved a spot in the school and that you were an interesting person of value. So when you think about this and you think about considering whether you actually deserve to go to the school or whether you actually deserve that A or whatever the case is, obviously you do, because there was a sequence of events that occurred in order for you to get where you are today. It didn't just happen overnight, and it wasn't a clerical error. I think the only people who are actually imposters are those whose parents paid university officials to admit their children into the school, and I think those people probably know who they are. So unless your parents bribed the university to let you in, I think it's pretty safe to say that you deserve to be where you are today. So that was kind of just an overview. Let me know if you guys want to talk more about this topic. I'm happy to. I know it comes up a lot and people have asked me about it, and it especially comes up when people are, around admission time and they're wondering, like, do transfer students fit in and stuff like that. That's just kind of my little take. I'm not an expert on this at all, especially since I don't really feel like I've experienced this myself personally, but I think it's definitely something that's interesting at the very least. It's very interesting, perturbing. So yeah, let me know how you guys feel down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I am a senior at UCLA myself who transferred from West Valley College in 2018, and I'm constantly posting new videos about transferring, UCLA, community college, and UC applications. So if that interests you, please subscribe, and I'll see my subscribers next Saturday at 3 p.m. Bye.